Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Finch's Flight. In the last episode, Finch attracted one of his very own loyal guards to stay within the feather colony. Slate actually decided that she needed a nice warm place to rest her head, especially now that the wintertime season has come knocking on our doors. And with Finch being a true master warrior now, the greatest fighter in all the land, I guess she was quite impressed with him. She's fought many battles by his side though, so she already knows just how good he is at keeping those enemies out of our borders. But oh my goodness, look at this place in the snow. This is our first time seeing some of these new den types in the snow. And they're all covered. Oh, Mango, even your palm trees are covered too. I wonder how she feels about that. She's always struck me as somebody who probably prefers these summertime seasons, so I'm guessing she probably doesn't like the cold too much. Oh, Mango. I was having an argument with Coco yesterday. Maybe you can help shed some light on the subject. Is it better to be respected as a leader or loved as a friend? I don't know that there's any clear answer, but it's something to think about for sure. Oh, I wonder which side of the argument she was on. I kind of feel like she would prefer to love her leader as a friend, in all honesty. But does that mean that Coco prefers that the leaders are respected, kind of like with an iron paw? Ooh, very mysterious. I wish I could talk to Coco, just kind of get his insight on the situation, but there's no way to just talk to him plain. You have to go into his shop or you have to manage the colony when you're speaking to Coco. But yeah, Mango, that is something that I definitely want to ask you about in the future. But for now, let's just drop off one of these berries for you. It's one of the last blackberries in our pocket, because today we're going to be searching for the winter blueberries. Oh, and we have our 4th star with Mango now. That is adorable. I wonder if she's going to start giving us some gifts too. Maybe we should even offer up some more since she loves these so much, and we'll get closer to that last star too. Yeah, Mango is definitely a cat with a big, big heart, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that was a little hint that she views Finch very fondly. Oh my goodness, Kaylin! And you still have your blue flowers on your bush despite all that snow covering them. So look at that, Galen has grown some very, very hardy flowers. I guess we would expect nothing less of a master gardener like yourself. What mystical properties are hiding behind the crystals of the snow? Someday I will discover a way to utilize the snow for the betterment of my patients. Yeah, I can definitely see that working. He could put some cold snow on the wounds of our cats, kind of like putting ice on an injury, and I'm sure that would make them feel much better. I guess we could spare you one of our herbs, maybe the valerian for now, because we're less likely to need that in the wintertime season. We just want you to know that we're still thinking about you too. On Mango's, the lavender patch is still coming along quite nicely, so that's good to see. Now as for you, Griffin, yesterday we managed to buy some of these glow potions, so I actually wanted to leave this right by your den, because I figure you would probably enjoy these the most. It kind of fits with the theme of his den as well, because he almost reminds me of like a little swamp witch, with his snake lilies over here and his crows, so the glow potions definitely fit the bill. What's up, Finch? Snow is the worst. Every toad in the forest must be buried under it by now. Oh, don't worry, Griffin, we made sure to find some more toads for you, so we'll try our best to supply you all through the winter season. The poor thing, I forgot that he really hates the snow. He really, really does not like the winter time, and it's all because his precious frogs are a little bit too tricky for him to catch. Oh, Starling, I'm not sure that I have any good gifts for you. We don't have any birds, and I know that you didn't appreciate the herbs before, so I'm not going to try to do that again. I'll bet we'll get so much snow that we'll be up to our noses at this rate. That almost sounds fun. We'd have to dig tunnels between our dens to get from place to place. Oh, that sounds like so much fun, actually. It would be a little bit difficult to get around, but I think that our cats would probably enjoy it. It would be a good bonding exercise at least. We'll actually have to go back to Coco's shop anyways to pick up Finch one of the color tokens. We'll do that next after we talk to Slate and Claudius. This is good packing snow. It'll make for fine snowballs. Oh, Slate, does that mean you have something mischievous planned? Maybe she's going to start pelting Claudius with snowballs from behind the rocks? I would definitely not put it past her. She seems like the very playful sort. I think that she and Finch are going to make some very good friends, but I also think that she's going to love to talk to Starling since they have so many interests. We actually learned that Slate used to come from, I guess, some sort of human town. So she probably has quite a few trinkets to show him too. And Claudius's effort is trying very hard to remind Finch that he needs to think about the balance of keeping his borders safe. Claudius is always looking out for us, and I really appreciate that about him. But Coco, I am going to visit your shop this time, because whoops, we want to make sure that Starling gets a brand new coat for the winter. Luckily, the recolor tokens don't cost too many Mews, so it won't put us too far behind all of our different den upgrades. I think they were all worth a couple hundred Mews, so we'll have to keep that in mind too. But first things first, let's go ahead and drop this off with Starling and give him his guardian coat color. I'm really interested to see what this is going to look like on the other cats. I know when Finch wears it, it actually causes him to glow, but I'm going to assume that it won't do that for the other cats. Oh my goodness, you look so mystical now, Starling. Oh, look at that bright blue. Well, that's going to be a good way for us to maybe attract the attention of the Forest Guardian for the winter time. Maybe that'll give us some good luck for berry collecting. That's basically what Finch is going to focus on today, because we need to find enough berries to hopefully take into the mines later in the season. I think if we increase our foraging skill a bit too, then we should be able to sustain ourselves on the winter blueberries. Now, I'm almost positive that there were plenty of blueberries around the highlands, and I'm pretty sure we can find them down in the swamplands too. So it should be relatively easy for us to gather up these little morsels. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to upgrade our foraging skill of just to put the herbs on the map. That was definitely a huge help when Penny was looking for herbs too. He hasn't upgraded his hunting skill enough either to see the prey on the map, so he's not quite at the same level as Penny Cat was during her journeys. But I guess you have to expect that his own mother would have a little bit more experience on him. You know, we should probably turn toward the mountains, because I think that's where most of the battles were. Maybe that's where we'll find some good blueberries? You would think that they would probably have quite a few of the blueberry bushes under their control too. If Finch wants them, then you know Leo wants them as well. Didn't Galen also enjoy the blueberries, if I remember correctly? I'm pretty sure that those were some of his very favorite snacks. And there we go. In the Highland Central, we have 3 of these berry bushes to pick from. So that'll be a good and nice snack for Finch to take into the mines too. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Galen found the blueberries to be one of the most delicious types of berries, which is kind of funny because it matches his fur so well. So I always imagine that his paws were probably dyed by the berry juice. But let's head into our first battle of the day before we end up missing this. And oh my goodness, he must be sustaining his warriors on the berries, or at least he had a very, very good stash of food waiting inside his stores, because it seems like he has more guards than ever out here. I think we can take them though. Finch is a little bit hungry, so we might want to munch on one of the frogs. We need to eat one of these to really fill us up. And it'll fill Finch with confidence too, because it should remind him of Griffin waiting for him back home. Let's try to separate these cats. Oh no, the twins Bubba and Socks are coming from the other side. I don't want to use our Summon Allies skill here because I think we can take them though. Now we just have to work down at Bubba and Socks. I think we can do it. Finch honestly hits pretty hard now that he is a master fighter. There we go, one more cat to go. Let's take him out before Leo starts sending in more reinforcements. We're so close to his territory that I'm sure he's watching. He's probably looming down from the mountains afar, watching as all of his cats fall to the claws of Finch. But at least we managed to make back all of our mews thanks to that battle. So I think we're in a pretty good position. Yeah, I'll bet Leo is right over here in the Sentinel Woods. He does tend to prefer that area anyways. It's one of those places that he will not allow Finch to take control of himself. Oh no, it looks like he actually sent out more guards anyways. Oh geez, and it's getting so late too. The sun has already set, it's pitch black outside. And I'm guessing that we're not going to see Slate jumping in to save us this time. That's the only problem with setting her up inside our colony. She's probably too busy. Come on, Umbra. It seems like Umbra is probably a little bit too cold to do much fighting. Oh, I feel kind of bad. It's almost like they were trying to get away and maybe slink back to their den. Maybe they were hoping to call a truce. But Finch really can't be too careful out here. He's getting so hungry and he is getting rather injured, so he doesn't want to risk any of the mountain cats attacking him when he has his back turned. I think we might actually have to warp home for the night. It is getting super late, and Finch is going to end up sleeping the whole day away if he doesn't go back to his den now. It's time for you to get some sleep, little one. We finished the battle that was the biggest concern anyways. The one that was basically right on our own borders. I suppose it's fine if the mountain cats win the one that was inside their territory, because it's not going to take away any of our land, nothing that we have control of. Though it seems like today they are right back on the same tile? Really? It's gotta be because it's just so close to that lock tile, so it's something that Leo really wants to see his cats take over. That is going to be a tough one for us to keep control of, I guess. We might have to get Claudius's view on this. Maybe we'll have to strategize in the future, figure out where we're going to place our battles next. Why don't we actually try to chip into their territory then? If they're going to try to take over this tile, then we might as well hit them from a different side. One that they won't be suspecting. So tomorrow morning, Claudius is going to send all of our guards over to that very special tile, and we'll cross our fingers that we're going to win. Finch, I consider you a close friend. I'm glad that our great colony's leader is so down-to-earth and approachable. Oh, it seems like Claudius might be another cat who thinks that it's good that their leader is very well loved. Not just respected, not just feared. So I wonder if he had the same conversation with Coco too? Hey, what's up? You're a busy cat, Finch, but you must stay pretty busy, being such an important cat and all. Not too busy to talk with one of our favorite cards, though, Slate. Don't worry, we'll always make time for you in the morning, and we'll always make sure that we bring you one of these delicious bunnies that you love so much. We actually managed to catch a few of them, so why don't we give you another one too? We'll see if maybe we can reach that 3rd star with you, so she might be willing to open up with us a little bit more. Now, Starling, do I have some birds? Oh, thank goodness. So we can offer him up one of these crows this time, since he really seemed to like the different types of birds in the forest. Yeah, probably just reminds him of home. It reminds him of Pennycat, and it reminds him of all the days that we spent together inside the family den. The sky is different everywhere. That's one of those weird things I've learned from traveling. For instance, here there's a lot of clouds and golden sunsets. It's very picturesque in its own way. Ooh, interesting. So it sounds like Starling has really been all around the world in his time. I wonder if he's even been up in the northern parts of the land, where Galen said he came from. But oh my goodness, Griffin, we desperately need to share one of these little frogs with you. I hope you don't mind that we ate ours along the way. We were absolutely starving. We're still a little bit peckish, but just enough that we could possibly share some berries with Mango, and I know that she's going to be very pleased. Wait a second, Griffin, I forgot to talk to you too. He might have a gift for us, so we don't want to forget to chat. Finch, you're a good friend. I appreciate you coming by. Don't tell anyone I said that. They might get ideas. They might think that we're a little bit closer than we're letting on, perhaps. That could possibly be. I'm sure Mango was watching from afar. She was expecting the berries, and then we turned right around to talk to Griffin instead. Finch, you travel a lot, don't you? You've probably seen the whole wilderness by now. What's your favorite part of it? Maybe you could take me there to see it myself someday? Oh, look at this. Mango is pining for an adventure with Finch. Oh, that is adorable. I guess she does have some eyes for Finch as well. I didn't realize that she thought so highly of him. She's been dropping a lot of little subtle hints today. Well, Mango, I'm pretty sure that Finch's favorite place is actually the Highlands. That's why he decided to settle down here. So it wouldn't really be much of a trip. We could probably find some interesting places to show her around the world, though. Maybe she'd like to go down to the beaches so she can collect her own shells. The mind of a wandering cat is often like the sun that hides behind the clouds. The true nature may poke out like rays through the holes in the canopy of the heavens, but it will never be observed directly. I remember him saying that a long time ago. I believe it was right about the time that we invited Griffin to join us in the Feather Colony, because it made me think that he was trying to get into his head a little bit, maybe learn a little bit more about Griffin. But as the days have progressed here, I feel like Galen and Griffin actually have quite a bit in common. Neither of them are too willing to tell us about their past, so it makes me think that they're both very secretive for some reason. So I don't think Galen would mind if Griffin didn't want to tell him about where he came from. He probably understands that feeling too. Now thank goodness our guards are alive and well on the borders, so hopefully that means they'll help us here. We need you guys to help us storm the mountain domain, okay? We are so close to taking over that tile. Maybe we should just munch on one of our marigolds so we'll be healing along the way. And use our snake lily too. Oh, I forgot to use that in the previous battles. I bet that would really help us out. And Ferdinand is going straight into battle already. He must have heard us. Oh, we don't have too many guards helping us this time, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and use that snake lily, so we should be able to chip away at their health a bit more. I'd imagine that Griffin probably showed us the ropes by now. He probably showed us the best ways to use the snake lilies to our advantage, so that he knows that we're going to be safe. But thank goodness, here's our guards, on the way to save us. Dirge and Shan? And Molly too? Thank you guys so much. You are lifesavers. Ever tried frog? Can't stand the stuff myself, but some cats love it. Oh, you may have heard, Dirge, that Finch is actually very, very fond of the frogs of the forest. And so is Griffin too, of course. So now the Highland North is back under our control. We'll have to keep an eye on it tomorrow, of course, because I wouldn't be surprised if Leo decides to take it over again. But I think Finch is feeling very confident now, so it would be a good time for us to sneak around Leo's territory. Oh my gosh, he's right there. Oh, we are going to have to be very, very quiet then. I don't think we can even go after that squirrel because surely Leo is going to notice. We don't need him sending out any more of his guards while we're trying to find those blueberries. Yeah, let's go down toward the southern portions of the map, I guess. We'll follow our way toward the other battle at the prairie borders. Yeah, I'm almost positive that they also had quite a few of those delicious blueberries inside their borders too. It seems like the swamplands are also a pretty good place to go foraging, especially in the colder seasons, when the snake lilies are in full bloom too. What I'll probably do is spend a couple of days off camera just collecting as many blueberries as I possibly can. And then next time we join Finch, we should be ready to go into the prairie quarry and see if we can get even lower in the mines. I actually can't remember how far we got the last time we went training in here. I'm not sure if we unlocked another one of those little warps, or if Finch had to give up early. Because we're on hard mode, he does get hungry much faster than Pennycat would have, so it is a little bit more difficult for him to sustain himself. But if we go deep enough into the mines, then we'll start to find little harvest mice popping out of the rocks, And that should allow him to collect enough food to keep himself alive at least. Oh my goodness! Whoa, look how many cats there are here! We're going to have to make use of some of our different abilities, I think. Maybe scare some of the mystic cats away. Oh, Ellie, you almost look just like us! Her eyes, of course, are a very, very different color, but I think she has the exact same fur coat as Finch and his father did. Oh my goodness, they're sending in even more reinforcements! Okay, time to whip out the swampland favorite, the snake lily in our inventory, and we better go ahead and use one of our marigolds too. Maybe we'll even want to munch on one of the extra berries, just to make sure that he's really, really full. Yeah, the Mystic Colony is not holding back today. Oh my gosh, there's even more coming. Oh, please tell me that you're sounding the alarms, Finch. This is not going to end well for you. I hope this isn't a bad omen for our mining trip. I mean, this land is so close to the Prairie Quarry, and we know that Alyssa wanted control over that tile too. That's why I wanted to work out the terms of our alliance. I figured if maybe we can strike some sort of deal with her, she'd be a little bit more willing to let us roam freely here. And honestly, I don't mind if her cats go mining for gemstones too. As long as they don't take all of them, leave a couple of little treasures for Finch, then I'm sure we could find a way to coexist inside the quarry. But oh my goodness, Finch, you actually managed to do it. I wonder if that means he can upgrade any of his skills now? We could upgrade swimming. We have the exact amount of experience points that we need. But I'm actually looking to upgrade foraging next for the extra boost when it comes to munching on the berries. So we'll save that away for now. And we'll try to scoop up another one of these bunnies for Slate. There we go. He's actually been doing a pretty excellent job when it comes to hunting. And I'm guessing it's probably because the prey can't escape too easily in the snow. Finch must be used to it by now, after spending an entire year in the highlands. He's no stranger to the cold. So I think that will be the plan. I'll make sure that I keep looking for all of those delicious little blueberry morsels. And then the next time we join Finch, we should be ready to go into the mines again. Assuming that we can find enough blueberries at least. I don't want to put Finch in a dangerous situation after all. But I think it'll be fun to return to some of his very old pastimes. The moles will be surprised to see him so strong now. In fact, he should be able to crack open all of those rocks with ease. And hopefully it won't be so hard for him to take care of the bats. He has quite a bit more health than he did before. So yet another reason for the moles to be in awe of our little feather colony leader. But let's skate across the pond to fly directly into our den, so Finch can curl up in his cozy bed and prepare for the adventures ahead. So for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!